When we speak about mental health, men's voices are often the quietest in the room. Many are raised to believe that showing emotion is a weakness, yet those same silences have cost too many of their lives. Our guest today, MmankeMarakalla, is the founder of Njita Overlena, an online community dedicated to helping men speak up, heal, and find support without shame. She is here to share what she's learned from hundreds of men who have opened up about trauma, depression, and finding the courage to survive. Mamke, what a big deal, what a big thing to discuss as well. How are you feeling today, first of all?
I'm feeling so good. Thank you so much. And you look so good.
Thank you so much, because you look gorgeous too, girl. Now, let's talk about Njita Overlena. What inspired you to start it, and why did you decide that you need safe spaces for men to speak about their mental health?
Okay, so firstly, Njita Overlena is Pretorian slang.
Yes.
It means men talk to me.
Yeah.
And I started Njita Overlena because I realized that there's only one eye in the world that is looking only at one side of life. It only sees what women do to men, but the opposite, it tends to be, a blind eye.
Forgotten about,
yes. So I was like, why not, and also I've worked for different facilities where I'd only see one man coming, but I didn't see the black community. So I was like, maybe I should go back home and start something that men would actually feel comfortable with and easy to relate. And then that's how we came up with Njita Overlena.
Oh, I love that so much, and so important, especially because we're on the month of November, of course, and we honestly talk about these things very openly. Unfortunately, suicide levels amongst men is one of the highest in the country, and I'm sure you'll speak testament to that as well. But you've spoken to hundreds of men. You know about their depression, about their trauma, hiding situations of rape as well. What are some of those stories that come to mind?
I think mostly something that comes to mind right now is there is a man out there who's raising a kid who's not his. There is a man, or rather there are a lot of men that have met, and before they met a certain woman, the life was so perfect, life was going so well, and their life went ups and down after they met a certain level. There are a lot who went to jail after they met a certain woman. There are a lot who died after they met a certain woman.
Yeah.
So I think what comes to my mind is there is a guy out there who's trying, but he's not really appreciated. So yeah.
Oh, and I think that's such an important thing to talk about, because I think in social culture, we've gotten comfortable with the fact that they're not even trying. So to speak up about the fact that men are trying is beautiful. And how do you feel they are coping in the silence, as somebody who has to hear their stories of struggle, but the fact that they are coping in silence?
I think for me, silence, it means that it's so hard for us to reach out. Silence is another way of somebody saying, hey, I'm here, but maybe I'm not heard, or maybe I'm not held enough. So I always say that we need to be able to identify this man without them being able to talk, without them being able to say, hey, I'm heard. We need to learn to be able to identify when they're not okay.
Yeah.
So for me, silence is just a cry for help, another cry for help to say, I'm not heard, I'm not held, I'm not okay. And stuff like that. And it's not easy to be a man. I'm not a man, but I've seen men being broken. I've seen men coming out of depression, spitting blood. I've seen men, I've had over 400 suicidal notes. So I've seen it going down and up, so...
Yeah, and silence seems to be the big thing here. Now, in our society, it's almost the norm for men to hide their feelings and to not speak about them. They're almost seen as weaklings. As somebody from rural KZN, I know how toxic that energy can be as well. What are some things that we can change with our families at work to make men feel more comfortable to speak up?
I think it's a cultural thing that needs to be changed. To be honest, I've noticed that men are not scared to speak up because of women. They're scared to speak up because other men who would definitely classify them as weak.
Yes.
And this thing about indoda ikhali, it's a cultural thing that needs to be changed.
And sayithanda leyo nto indoda ikhali. Yes.
So there are a lot of men who were told that indoda ikhali, now they are 6 feet under. Some of them now they are in prison. Some of them now they are planning their own suicide,
Yeah.
So this thing that men don't cry, it's definitely a cultural thing. And they will tell you, even ubamkhulu wami,
Yes.
he lived like this.
Yeah.
So it's not easy to be able to grab somebody out of culture, something that they've known for too long.
Yes,
Yeah.
yes.
So I think it's a cultural thing that needs to be changed.
Absolutely,
Yeah.
you're spot on there because we've made it acceptable and we've made it a norm in our culture. Now, for the man who is watching the show, I think you're the perfect person to speak to here. What words can you give them for somebody who feels like they are losing that bit of hope and are finding it difficult to ask for help?
I wanna say that
Yeah.
seeking help, it does not make you look weak. But to other men, I wanna say, do not be the reason why somebody doesn't wanna speak up.
Yes.
Because I know that there are a lot of men who are mocking men who are going through a lot.
Absolutely.
There are a lot of people in officials who are making it hard for men to get help.
Yeah.
Why? Because of they're going to laugh at me. Why? Because of the respect will go, the ego will go. So do not be the reason why somebody decides to take their life. Do not be the reason why somebody doesn't feel the need to be vulnerable. It's okay not to be okay.
Yes.
And it's okay to get help. And to those men, your time will come to die. We're all going to die. Do not rush it.
Don't be the one that decides when it happens.
Do not
Yes.
decide. Do not decide.
Yes.
So, yeah, it's okay to get help.
Absolutely.
You know, and it's peaceful to be a body.
Oh, thank you so much, Mamke. We will be back with you in a bit. This is very insightful, and I know the people at home want to see more. Now, Movember is a reminder that men's health isn't only physical, it's emotional too. If you or someone you know is struggling, start the conversation, reach out, and listen without judgment. After the break, we'll look at tools and daily habits that help men manage their mental well-being long after November. And of course, we'll have a beautiful yoga stretch with Carly Samuels.
Oh, you can make my day. It's my feel-good breakfast show.
Welcome back, Feel Good family. We've been speaking with MmankeMarakalla, founder of Mjita Ovalina, about the hidden sides of men's mental health. We'll now explore what healing looks like day to day and how men can support one another beyond the awareness month like Movember. Now, it's been absolutely incredible speaking to you. We've spoken about the negative effects that society has about men and how strong they have to be now. But now let's say that the man has overcome all these barriers and they've started speaking out about their issues. What is some advice that you can give them at this point?
At this point, I'd say that, first of all, I want to applaud them for getting help.
Big deal.
I know that
Big
it's
deal.
not easy.
Yes.
It's not easy to be a man and go out there and be like, hey guys, hey, I'm broken. Can somebody help me out there?
Yes.
And I want to say that try to be consistent.
Yeah.
Changing patterns is not easy, but it's doable. It's something that we can do and adjust to it. And be kind to yourself. A lot of men are not kind to themselves.
Yeah.
They're working to be there for us, for families, for friends, but they're also neglecting themselves.
Yeah.
And they need to know that self-care is not selfish. It's okay to be a man and take care of yourself and do not feel bad about it.
Please, man. They listen to
Do
women talk about me
not.
time all the time, but it just doesn't come naturally to them as well.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to say that it's a journey. It's going to take time.
Yeah.
It's not going to happen overnight.
Yeah.
You know, we need to take baby steps, you know, one day at a time. If one day it's a lot, 30 minutes at a time. If it's a lot, seconds at a time. If it's a lot, just a breath.
Just breathe.
Just breathe, you know.
I love that so much because it's a reminder as well that it's a journey in itself. Like you're saying, it's not going to happen overnight. And I think anything ever worth it is going to take time. It's going to take some building as well.
Definitely.
Absolutely. And I do realize that support is very important. But I want to speak about brotherhood specifically, that support from man to man. How important is it to have a group around you to show you that you are still doing well and that you need to keep being persistent?
I think first we need to redefine the brotherhood, more especially from the Kasi.
Yes.
You know, the brotherhood kokasi, it means alcohol, it means substance, it
means a good
a lot of
time.
things. Yeah, and and I always tell people that we don't have to talk about man and healing and include alcohol always.
Yes.
We can talk about healing without including alcohol. So the brotherhood for me is, it's okay to call out your brother. It's okay because a lot of men, they've seen their friends dating teenagers who are so young and they've applauded them for being mapara, you know. So I want to say that brotherhood is calling him out and saying, I don't like that and we cannot be friends.
Yes.
Brotherhood is also saying, you have been doing well and I like it.
Oh,
You
I
know,
like that.
applaud
Both
them as
sides
well.
of the
Yes,
coins. Absolutely.
applaud them as well when they're doing something good. So brotherhood, I think, is the most beautiful thing that I've seen. There are brothers who are spanning kokasi, bako car wash.
Cabang.
That's brotherhood.
Yes.
You know, and I always tell people that a lot of men could have taken their life, but because of those small talks, go kawash, because of those small talks, they kept them moving.
Oh, I love
That's
that so
brotherhood.
much. Yes, because I think these brotherhoods and the idea of romances make all the difference. You can tell people that have healthy relationships with other men are doing a lot better because
Yeah.
they have somebody
Yeah.
that they can speak to as well. We've really been looking at it from the point of view of the person going through a difficult time. But now let's talk about the person that he goes to explain what he's going through. What can we do as wives, as sisters, as cousins to hear them out for what they are telling us without judging them?
I'd say go home and love the man in your life.
Just love him.
Any man, whether it's a brother, it's a father, it's
Yeah.
an uncle. You know, sometimes as people, we preach things online to saying men need help. But the very same women whom we are preaching about these all things, after this man, the event, we use this information against them. Yeah, that's how Baba Kwakaktandi.
It stabbed me. It stabbed me.
Exactly.
Yes.
So sometimes we preach something and then we do the opposite. And I want to say that we need to stop comparing men. You know, a lot of us, we've lost good men in our life because we have unnecessary expectations towards men.
Yeah.
In Dodamas, and men have to, you know, we have a lot of standards that even as some women, we cannot afford them.
Oh, yes.
You know,
Yes.
so I would say that let us remove the unnecessary expectations. Let us remove Facebook and live once and see what kind of a man you have in your life.
Yes.
And I always love when I hear women say men are trash, but then you're raising a boy child.
Are they all
What are you
trash? Is he
saying?
trash?
Are you
Yeah,
raising
yeah.
trash? So I want to say that let us try to understand men. Men are very simple human beings.
Yeah.
They know what they want. They know how they want it. We just need to understand them.
Yes.
We need to understand their language.
Yes.
The language.
Of course.
Harry Majideng, allow him to go and be with the brass.
Akabumjita.
Allow him to be a man.
Exactly.
You know, so I think as women, we need to extend the grace.
Yes,
As
absolutely.
mothers, a lot of men were broken by their mothers because those expectations, they started from a very young age.
It's
You
a
grow
vicious
with
cycle.
them.
It doesn't start
It's a
overnight.
cycle. It does
Yes.
not stop.
Yeah.
And then too bad some of them, they meet a toxic woman, ungrateful woman. Just look at the men who are around here. What time is it now? They're up. But they cannot rewrite themselves.
Oh.
Why? Because of our Froyam, Madam Agmele right. What about you?
What about you, sweetie? I'm going to ask them all one by one.
What about
you
What
today?
have you done for yourself?
Yes, I love
You
that
know,
so much. I
yeah.
also want to speak, I mean, you've been doing this for a really long time. What makes you think that the culture will shift and start to understand that men do need to be prioritized and that we need to take their mental health seriously?
I think right now there is also a swift and nice one that men now they can be able to say, I'm not okay, can we talk? You know,
Yes.
I've spoken to more than 400 men, but we've hide their identity.
Of course.
So I think it has been so much easier to talk to somebody that you don't know. A lot of men, they don't know me. I
Yes.
think they've been talking to a chatbot for quite some time, but if they've known that it's me with a smaller body, they wouldn't be talking to me because of culture.
Unfortunately,
Because
yes.
mina ngeke ngikhulume ngulo, you know.
Yes,
Why? Because
ungazelaphi.
she is because she is
Yeah.
a woman, you know, and also men also they need to learn to trust us. Do not only trust us with labor, with having kids. Trust us with your life. Trust us with
Two-way
your
street.
mental health. You know, I think it's a cultural thing as well that we need to change to say, I am the woman in your life. I want to know what's going on. Grant me the grace to be there. I want to go through it with you.
Yes.
I want to be there. I want to hold your hand. So men should allow women they have to be there in their lives. And it's okay.
Yes.
How bad? It's okay.
It's okay.
You know, sitting down with your woman and saying, hey, Jogibetile Topo. You know, it's okay.
Just tell us the truth. Let us
It's
know so that we
okay.
can be there to support you as well.
Yeah, it's okay. So I think now we've seen a lot of hashtags. Men are protecting each other. It's so nice. Now we have a lot of movements. Mchita Valina, there are a lot of them, to be honest. And I always tell people that if you feel the need to start one, go ahead with it. The territory is so big.
Yes.
The pie is so big. We can all eat, you know. So I always say that if there's a man you know in your life who's not okay, just a text, aim for. How's
Just
it?
check up. Yes.
You know, hey, I know that you didn't get paid well this month. take a taunyana, see how far, those kind of things. So I think the government also is trying, everyone right now we're trying.
Absolutely.
But it's some men who are delaying us, who keeps on saying, and as women, we don't beat. We say things.
And that hurts a lot more because there's no scars
leave
that people can
scars,
see.
yeah.
Yes, absolutely. I think what I love most about what you're saying is that it's accountability on all fronts.
True.
From him to tell us that he needs help, but also from the people around him to firstly realize that something is wrong and to give a handout. Because if you know that somebody is afraid to ask for something, it makes it that much harder to have them have to ask when you see that they are struggling.
Most definitely.
Absolutely. And how can we get more involved with Mjita Ovalina? I love saying it. Can you see a Zulu girl saying that?
Them cheetah overlay. I like that. I think today you've just started.
Yes.
And the journey is going to be nice. I think it's so easy. Be kind to any man you come across with.
Absolutely.
It's okay to just smile. How are you? How was your day? How did you sleep? And stuff like that. But also, we have different social media platforms that people can reach us, and numbers. And it's a healthy space for men to be able to talk about their feelings, their thoughts without being judged, without feeling weak, without being, feeling like maybe doing something wrong. It's a healthy space for everyone, for a boy child, for men, and for girls as well.
Absolutely. Mnake, thank you so much for spending this time with us. It was exceptional.
I like that.
Mnake reminds us that healing begins with one honest conversation and that strength can look like vulnerability. For more on her work, follow Mjita Ovalina on social media and support the movement to make men's mental health a shared priority. Let's keep the dialogue open long after Movember ends. Kuhle, I saw you doing some yoga yesterday. Are you about to show us something special today too?